Hi everyone, so I'm going to be showing you some exercises you can do to really strengthen the hip joint again. A little bit like the previous video, but this time in side lying and really working into some medial rotation and some lateral rotation to really hit every single muscle in your glute. Alright, so we're going to come onto your side, okay, and you're going to, if you have a little pillow, you can place it in between your arm and your head. Okay, you're just going to bring your legs to a chair position. Now I really want you to make sure that your shoulders are stacked on top of each other, your hips are stacked on top of each other as well. Sometimes we tend to roll backwards and that's not a good starting position. Okay, you can place your hand for support, or if you want to add more challenge, you can just lift the arm up. Okay, and that just works on stability a little bit more of controlling your abdominals, but in saying that, I want you to just focus on really keeping your pelvis nice and still. So if you have your hand here, don't worry, it's fine. I'd rather that you kept your pelvis still. Okay, so we're going to inhale to lift the top leg up. As you exhale, you're going to push the heel back in line with your spine. Okay, now the heel and the hip should be on the same level. Okay, and then you're going to bend the knee. And you're going to lower the knee on top of the other leg. So you're really going to keep this nice and small. Try not to take the leg all the way up. Yes, we can all do that, I know. But you want to keep it really, really small. Inhaling. Exhaling, pushing the leg back in line with your spine. Inhaling. And exhaling lower. Good. Let's do another 8. Exhale. Inhale to bend. Exhale to lower. 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Scoop those abdominals in, especially as you take the leg back. You need to turn your, like if it were a dimmer switch, your abdominals, if you think of a dimmer switch, you have to turn it all the way up to the brightest, and that's how you have to think of your abdominals. As you take the leg back, alright, you need to recruit them a little bit more. Now the last one, we're going to hold it here, good, and you're going to inhale. As you exhale, you take the leg forwards and inhale to take the leg back. Good. I suggest if you had your hands up here, you lower it down, because actually this movement is very hard. But if you feel you have the control, then absolutely you can take that arm up and really see if you can work those abdominals as well as the leg. Well, you are working the abdominals anyway in this position. You'll feel that movement coming deep into the hip flexor, into the glute. Good. Let's just do a couple more, really opening up into the hip. Last one. Good, and then from here, you're just going to bend the knee, and you're just going to allow the heel to go up towards the ceiling, so like you're medially rotating it. Then you're going to bring it to parallel. And it's like you're going to kick the heel, well, I'm kicking the heel towards you, okay? And then you're going to bring it back to the center. And you're going to take the heel back up towards the ceiling and the knee towards the other knee. So this is working into your deep, deep rotator muscles of the hip joint. Good. Nice. Squeezing it. If you have done a lot of dance in your life, all those budding ballerinas out there, this is a good one to just really get to medially rotate. And actually I would get them to work more on the medial rotation, because you need that, because you're doing so much turn out, But this is good for everybody. Good. Make this on your last one and then release down. Nice. Just give that top hip a little bit of release. It's good to just release it. You can use your knuckles as well and just go down the outside of the hip joint. Now we're going to balance that with some adductor work. Okay, so you're placing your foot like this. If this is not comfortable and you have a lot of props like books, thick books, you can place your knee on top of that. Okay, so see what works best for you. So lengthening through the spine nice and long. Inhale, you're going to lift the underneath leg, and exhale, you're going to lower it down. A 9, 8, a 7. Great, guys. 6, 5, a 4, 3, 2, last one and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, a 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release down. Very nice, lengthening the legs away. Reach the other arm out and get a nice stretch, nice and long. And then release. Good, bend the knees. Use your hands and push up. Release it and change over to the other side. So, if you do have a mat or a carpet, you can use the back of your mat to just line yourself up. Shoulders in line with your hips. Okay, knees in line with your hip joint as well. Here, at a 90-degree angle. Shoulders nicely stacked. Neck nice and long. Inhale, lift the top arm. Top leg. Inhale, exhale, push the leg back in line with your spine. And bend the knee. And lower down. And we do that again. Another 9. Inhale. If you keep the movement small, it's actually harder. Okay? Sometimes you see loads of this happening, but actually it's much harder to keep it smaller, the movement. Extend the leg and work more precisely, you know. Good. As you do this, try to soften the rib cage down. You extend the leg back in line with the spine. Good. Bend the knee and lower. Good. Let's do another 4. And 3. And 2. If you do have a loop band at home or a resistance band, you can tie it around the top of your knee and add more resistance. Okay, on your thighs here, just above the knee. Good, last one. But even without, it's just as beneficial. And I'm going to hold it here. Inhale, exhale, take that leg forward. And inhale, take the leg back. And exhale, take the leg forward. Inhale, take the leg back. Working into that lower hip, into the hip joint. Good. Movement feels great. Last 2. And last one. And release. Good, guys, well done. Give it a little tap. Now we're going to go into our medial and lateral rotation. So your heel goes up towards the ceiling and then you push your heel towards you. So you're thinking of that. Medial and lateral rotation deep inside the hip joint. Good. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. You feel the burn. You need to go a little bit more. Let's do another 4. And 3, 2. Really gets you this one. And last one. Make sure the pelvis doesn't move. Good. And release down. Can release it on top of the other leg. Really get right into that hip and just give it a good old tap. Good. Now, come into the other side. So, come into this position here. Lengthening the underneath leg. Inhaling to lift up. And exhaling to lower down. And again. 9, 8, and 7. Really think of lengthening the leg before you lift it and keep it parallel. 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2. Last one, new pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release down. Good, nice. Lengthen the top leg. Feel the stretch from your fingertips through to your tips of your toes. And then slowly release. Good, bend your knees. Just come back up. Good, well done guys. A good stretch after this, because you've done all that hip work, is either to cross your legs, think about sitting with both sit bones down and just fold forwards. Alright, you can do that on one side and then change legs. Okay, also the usual glute stretch where you lie down, cross the leg over, which I've demonstrated in other videos. Always good to stretch out the hips a little bit after you do lots and lots of strengthening stuff. Okay, and then lift up. This is another good one. Cross one leg over. Really push your both sit bones down and really flex the underneath foot. And then pressing both sit bones down, I can feel a nice stretch into my hip and coming through into the outer thigh there. Really getting a nice rotation, and obviously incorporating the spine as well. And then release. Good, and change. Inhaling, exhaling, draw the knee towards your chest. And think of pushing the hip down into the ground so that you're not lifting the hip away from the floor. No, you're doing the opposite. You're thinking of really grounding yourself into the mat. And then release. Great. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.